Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith Black Channel here, Ticker Talker, back from the Strat meetup down in Key West. Good time was had by all, and if you didn't make it, hopefully you can make the next one because certainly it was a good time meeting up with all the people who trade the Strat and having a good time down in Paradise. Anywho, now that I'm back, trying to get myself reacquainted with what's going on. So the good thing is, left you with the broadening formation in the SPY, didn't I? I did. Here it is, plays right out. And as I was gone, now you're going to see take out these lows. Here's your broadening formation that needs to get bigger, right? And that's why they call it a broadening formation, because it does, and that's it did. And so what happened here on the weekly is we slightly took out the highs, right? And you can see that, and then boom, outside week. So once it started coming back down through here, we can expect that. So the question is, are we going to get an outside month? Can they keep hitting them? Well, we're going to find out here. So right now on the 60, you can see this gaps down, and now just kind of sitting here doji on the day. All right, so the SPY itself doing nothing. If you go to QQQ and QQQ inside day, all right, so the Q is a little better because you can see still taking out last month's highs, still green on the month, and still taking out last week's highs. So the question is, can you stay up here? Can you see this broadening formation here? Lower low, higher high, but now inside day, and it looks like it's going to probably stay that way, but that's why we play the game. So we can come in next week and you see what are we going to do either side of this inside day on a Monday. That's definitely going to get my attention. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, the Dow Jones Diamonds gap down, and you can see this. We knew they were a little weaker, right? And now you can see this. Is this interesting coming into the weekend? Dow Jones Diamonds taking out last month's lows. That's a two down. Right now, so the SPY, we haven't had that since a year ago March, but now you got a two down in the Dow Jones Diamonds. That definitely gets my attention, right? Now that you've taken out last month's lows, so you can see the weakness, recent weakness from the opening, whatever it was. But look at this on the Dow: lower close, lower close, lower close, lower close, lower close. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, and now takes all this stuff out. Potential exhaustion. 9 days. It'd be 10. If it closes lower than it opened today, that'd be 10 straight days, 2 weeks without a higher close than the opening on the Dow Jones Diamond. So that certainly gets my attention coming into the weekend. So I'm still getting myself reacquainted because I was on vacation, haven't been looking at the charts, but we got a small cap. We're going to see this. And small cappers took out last week's lows. Two down on that. Monthly just chopping up. So here, and you'll see a lot of these as I go through a lot of the charts, that you had this, the inside month, the poke down, then the rev strap, but now it's failing. But so we want to look for things that are not doing that. It's coming back in, and you can see the tight range for the last 4 months of between the opening and the close in the small cappers. That's not good. We like nice long red and green bars, be it quarterly, be it yearly, whatever have you. So if we go to, say, ALNY, ALNY. So once again, that same pattern, but working, right? So we want to stay on the ones that are working. Inside month, pokes down, and then boom, takes all these guys out in one shot, going after this and going after into the highs. You can see that nice week last week, still going. Just a little bit slow on the daily for today and starting to come in on the 60. But certainly this pattern, when it's working, right, what we want is the inside bar, the two down, and the two up, bright green, right, coming into the mid-month. So ALNY. Got a little guy coming up here, Gurn. And Gurn popping, you can see this here in the monthly. Two down by taking out the lows, and then boom, back to the previous range. Nice week, which is really a nice day, I should say. Nice day going on, so we'll see. Once again, this we call the Momo Hammer right here. So anybody got short in here and thought it was going to roll back down and fill the gap, boom, right here's where they met the buyers, right here above 167, and you can see that nice little move now stalling out a tad. But a lot of things I like to show you are things that you want to look for going in the future. Another thing we got going is the guns, RGR, and here you can see last month was the inside month to the upside, and now trying to follow through an outside week. But you can see this nice little day here, two down, stops out all these guys, and then boom, back to the previous range. That tells us, look at SWBI. And SWBI, big outside weaker. And you see this is what we like coming back through a previous range here. The two down, and then pivot machine gun. Anybody short this thing is short against that, 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 and that, and boom, take them all out. So far, a good day for the guns. If we go to NVIDIA, and NVIDIA's been outperforming for a while, stuck in here now on the 60, right, and going into new highs, so that's called exhaustion risk. But we've seen this outperformance compared to the SMH, right? Look at this SMH trying to go outside weak to the downside, right? But NVIDIA, still, you're outperforming, waiting on that split, where a lot of people are trying to jump in front of that split. If we go to AXON, and AXON, here, since I day, let me see here, 151.11. Nope, by 1 penny I took that down, but you can see this here once again. The inside month, the poke down to stop them out, and boom, coming back through the range. So for the rest of the month, this has my attention over 150, 253, right? So the good part about that is when it opened here, then it went back through that range, boom, that's where you get it, 150, 253, above that. And then off she goes to the races, kicks that month back in, and here you can see that weekly broadening formation here, right? With your 2 down, reversal back up, your inside week to the upside. Now we're going to take all these guys out, still good. If we go to RH, and RH handling an inside week, so we're aware of that, right? Not doing much on the month. It did take the inside month to the upside, and they came all the way back. Just having a nice day. And so when you come into the middle of the day, you want to be looking for things that have nice long red and green bars on the day, which you do. Now, each 60 is like a new day to us, right? And you can see this backing off on the new 60. So we call it the flip, right? Bottom of the hour, new hour. You can see this. Buy, and then the new hour, as soon as it opened, profit taking kicked in, right? So we'll see if that changes. If we go to Okta here, and stuck on the month, but you can see this took out the previous lows and now coming back through. That's good, right? Last week took out this, and so one of the things that we look for is this, the outside week, right? Took out both sides of the previous range, all that kind of stuff. Because if they're willing to pay up and willing to sell down, they might do it again. And so last week you had 2 weeks ago you had 2 down, but then back into the old 3, 2, 2, and still going. So now looking to finish this off and take this out, 248. So you got a little bit more room on that to do that, and we'll see if that sets up again for you. If you go to Splunk, and Splunk here, it's had a rough year, coming down. But if that's going to change, here's your month. See, 2 down by taking out the previous low, 2 up by taking this out this month. 127, right? And how did it do it? Outside week, inside week. Boom, right there. They paid up, they sold down, they met inside, and then boom, takes that out. So just running out a week on that, but you can see how that's set up. If you go to Roku, and Roku, once again, the inside month, the poke down hammer, boom. So Roku still going to keep an eye on this thing over 357.38 right now, inside 60 directional by going to the highs, pokes up a little bit. We'll see if that sets up again in the next hour over 368.80. Right, comes back in a little bit, but we'll see. And you can see on that daily, this is what we prefer, as opposed to going straight into the highs like you are right now, or the recent highs. Here, the 2 down, boom. These 3 become an outside bar of all this. You see, that's how it works. If we go to D-Dog. Once again, same pattern on the monthly. Inside month, pokes down, boom, RevStrat, where are the stops? Here, and here. Take them all out in one shot. So D-Dog for the rest of the month, good. As you can see the SPY, why we watched the bottom of the hour. Look at this. As soon as that 60 opened up, it started to back off again. So because we are outside in red on the week and the month, and slightly on the day, anytime that 60 starts to go red again, we got problems. So here you can see some short covering, some bottom pickage, if you will, and now starting to retreat. All right. If we go to Fiverr, the Fiverr once again, inside month, poke down, boom, coming back through. So you still got some month left to come back through a previous range. So oftentimes people will say, well, I can see the bottom of the broadening formation, but I can't see the top. Oftentimes that means you're about to. So you can see this, the lower lows, and now coming back through all this kind of stuff. So anytime this 60 goes back green and sets up, that's going to get my attention for the rest of the month, so long as it's over this 209.99. If we go to Docu, and Docu, what's this? Inside month, pokes down, 1, 2, boom, coming back through previous range, and off she goes, right? Having a nice move now, trying to come up off on this stuff. Nice green day, just going in the highs right now, inside on the 60, by not taking out this higher low. And so the next hour it would be directional, but it would be over 275.01 would get my attention here on that. Market drying up a bit on a Friday here, and like I said, starting to retreat a bit. If we go to MDB, MongoDB, monthly, here, inside month, pokes down, stop them out, and boom, RevStrat month, 1, 2, 2, and off she goes now, trying to come up and take out this stuff. Having another nice day. You can see it's been slow and steady winning the race here with MongoDB. You can see on the weekly here, stop them out, right? This is my support level, is it? Boom, gone. Then 2-2 reversal here. Little tricky in here. 3, stop them out and then go back green here to take that out. That's something I'd want to know about. And off to the races she goes. MDB still working. If we go to the Dash, once again, what do you look for? Here, the inside month, the attempt at the downside, and boom, RevStrat right back up here for the rest of the month over 155.50. Taking all these guys out. Question to be strong enough to come up on this. Once again, on the weekly, you can see her stop them out. Off she goes, right? So taking this out, lower lows. Now you got your higher high. The question can be strong enough to stay on here. Still good. Maybe get yourself an inside 60 here coming up in the next hour. If we go to BILL, once again, inside month, poke down, boom, stop all these guys out. Still good, still going. We'll see if that sets up again. So what you want to do is you want to keep looking for these things that are working, because you can see like the small cappers had the same setup, they just backed off, right? So you stick with the ones that didn't do that, right? The inside, the poke down, they come back in. Stick with all these ones that I'm showing that didn't do that. If we go to PayPal, and PayPal, not quite an inside month, I don't believe. No. But you had your 2 down, 2 up on the month, and you're having a nice little day here, and you can see that was a nice hour in here to see if they can keep that going. So we'll see if PayPal stays strong throughout the rest of the day. If you go to GNRC, and GNRC, what is this? Inside month, poke down, boom, take all these guys out in one shot. GNRC having a nice month. Going into new highs, so you got some exhaustion risk, but so far, so good. If we go to LPI, and LPI, another thing we look for, albeit doji on the week, that's no good, right? What we do look for is something that's going to be an outside day, right? Because it stopped all these guys out on the daily. Now trying to come back through here and take all this range out. So you can watch that with the energies. LPI outperforming handily on there because you got XLE doing this. It's coming down. If we go to NVCR, and NVCR, inside month, Momo Hammer. So anybody got short in here, got jammed last month coming into this, going into the highs. So you just got some exhaustion risk by going into new highs, and we'll see if that sets up and keeps going. If we go to Tezlers, looks like I'm running out of time again. And Tezlers just slightly going inside, weaken up. Doji on the month is a problem, but did wake up a little bit off this inside 60, as you can see. We'll see if that continues or not. If we go to the crowd, and the crowd strike, once again, inside month, poke down, boom, still good. RevStrat just got your inside 60 to the upside. Running out of time, not too much on the downside. CVAC, if you watch the gapper list that I put out in the morning, you'll notice this. Inside 60, the downside, gap up, go inside, come down, and that was a nice little move. Short below 65.21. got down to 60.61. So, almost $5 or so, not bad. We are seeing some weakness in some chips like MU going towards the lows, Microchip, LRCX. So some of these semis having some problems, and that's going to get our attention coming into next week because of this. Inside week pokes up. This would be RevStrat week to the downside, right? And just like we're seeing some of those monthlies fail, some are working. SMH is failing. It's coming back into this month. So come next week, that's going to get my attention. But that'll be in the weekend video, which is right here on the Smith and the Black channel here. It's all free. So back in the saddle again. I'll have that weekend video out for you. Hope you missed me. I missed you. And hope you had a great week and hope you have an even better weekend. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith and the Black channel here at Ticker Talk with Strat Time Report.